in light of recent flooding in the Canandaigua area earlier this week, many homes have been able to pump most of the flood water out of their basements. But now the question becomes how to deal with the soggy aftermath. Christine joins us now. Christine Gregory, that is, joins us with more.
Thank you, Natalie. Having a flooded basement is arguably one of the most dreaded home maintenance problems, mostly because it's not just the giant pool of water taking over your home that you have to deal with, but other problems that can come up are with any leftover standing water and the risk for mold to grow.
A lot of people do end up asking about mold because I think it's inevitable. You get a lot of water in your basement. That's the first thing you're thinking of is how quickly can I take care of this before we get mold.
Sam Geyer, owner of ServPro in the Victor Canandaigua area, says the first thing you should do is get all the wet contents out of the basement as soon as you get the flood water removed and keep things as dry as possible.
So if you were to look for mold in your basement, it's going to be on things that it can eat. So drywall, wood framing, the paper backing of your insulation. So limiting, contents, boxes. So limiting its food source is really the best way to get rid of mold in your basement.
If you have an uncontrolled water source and a basement that sometimes gets water in it when it rains, you have a higher likelihood for all sorts of organisms to grow. And standing water especially can be a perfect breeding ground for mosquitoes, as General Manager of Mosquito Joe of Rochester explains.
As far as like flooding, when there's water that you can't just pick up a vessel and dump, the best thing to do is really call in, a mosquito control company, one specifically that would be licensed in larviciding, where they can treat the standing water on properties, and that will help bring down the mosquito activity at that point.
And while a problem like mold doesn't happen overnight, it's still important to remove any and all wet items from the basement before that 5 to 7 day window, and to dump out leftover water from any smaller vessels such as lids, caps, and children's toys that can attract more mosquitoes than normal in your yard. Reporting in studio, Christine Gregory, News 8.